Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. How are we all?
Well, thank you.
Good, thank you.
If is everyone's microphone and cameras turned on? Does anyone need any help with that?
No, it's on.
Okay, cool. So like last lesson, I just wanted to run a few things before we get started. So we all use inclusive language, no swearing. Racism and discrimination is not welcome, as well as this session fosters a safe, respectful, welcoming, and inclusive environment where we all feel comfortable to contribute. Um, so last lesson I emailed through a worksheet for you all to complete for this session. Before we begin, I just wanted to know how it went and to go through the worksheet with you all.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just open up the worksheet so I can see. Um, So, what could be included as safe work practices for educators and children? Can someone give me an example for a safe work practice that an educator might use?
Yeah, so I had heavy lifting. I think it was one of the things we talked about last lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Manual handling, especially for educators having to pick up children, moving objects around the room, having to redo furniture around the room as well. I think that was a big thing for it. For educators and kids or children, I had a safe work environment with toys being cleaned up, cupboards being shut, especially with chemicals, making sure that is organized and kept safe, neat and tidy so everyone has a obvious safe work environment.
Yeah. Nice. Did everyone else get something similar to that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Chanel?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So for the second question, it was identify one potential hazard within the workplace. So, like we said in the previous lesson, I used the example of the chemical cupboard being left open. That's the hazard being identified. Report it by telling someone well, yeah, just telling someone and then record it either online or um on paper. Ali, what did you get for that one? What example did you use as a hazard in the workplace?
I actually got the same one as you.
Okay, cool. So you just use that example?
Mhm.
Nice. Um, So for the third one, the third question was provide three examples as to why a service may need to lock down. Anything like a snake, a person, a dog, um, just anything dangerous that is outside, really. Like it could be a really big hornet, and there's a couple children that are allergic to hornet bites or stings, sorry. Everyone's going to go inside. That's a reason for a lockdown. And provide 2 examples as to why a service may need to evacuate. What did you guys get for evacuate?
There could be evacuate a fire inside the building.
Mm-hmm. That's one.
Yeah, I had the same as Ali. Fire, smoke, or chemical leak.
That's right.
Is the 3 that I had that really stuck with me last lesson.
That's correct. Did you have the same, Chanel?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the 4th one is there are 3 steps when developing and implementing safe work practices. These steps are included below, and then you just had to summarize what these steps mean or include. So did everyone do okay with that one? The developing the policies, work instructions and safe method statements, so SWMS, and monitor improvement. Did everyone have something filled out for that part?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the second last question is, how would an individual report an employee injury and a child injury? So an employee injury, like I said last lesson, is within the 24-hour period.
Mhm.
And either online or on a piece of paper, whatever your center does. And a child injury, if it's above the shoulders, you need to call home, and then just online as per normal. And this last question is list 3 ways an educator could maintain safe housekeeping practices. So some examples of that could have been making sure the washing's done while the kids are asleep, making sure the surfaces are wiped down, making sure the nappy bin's been taken out. Did everyone get something along those lines?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very good. So you guys all didn't have any issues completing that worksheet at all?
No, it was good. It was a good worksheet.
Okay. Very good to hear. So today's lesson we're going to be finishing off this unit. So there's 2 units within this course. We did the last 2 last session, and now we're doing the last 2 this session. Which these 2 headings are contribute to a safe work practice. And the last one is reflect on your own safe work practices. So we're going to start off with the contribute to safe work practices.
Yep.
The first question, I guess subheading is raise WHS issues with designated people according to organizational procedures. So within a childcare centre in management, there's usually different, jobs. There's director, assistant director, there's the accounting team, there's the educational leader, which kind of looks after the educators within the centre and their program. There's the room coordinators. They could be, I guess, part of management because they manage the rooms. And then if you have an approved provider, so someone that isn't government owned, it's owned by a person, they're also part of management. And within that management team, there's usually a WH&S, I guess, person. Sometimes they might be completely off the floor if it's a bigger center, or they could just be someone that's within a room, but they've taken on the role as WH&S. So if there's ever an issue within the workplace regarding WH&S, that's the person that you would go to. The person
And
dedicated.
sorry, Rick, do we head to them first with our problems, or
Yes.
Straight to them and then you
Straight.
relay the WHS?
And then if they can't help you, then they themselves would go to someone above them. So the director, approved provider,
Yep.
that kind of thing.
Okay, awesome. So anything relating to WHS, that's our first stop. And then if they can't solve that problem or help with the problem, then we move up together to the next person and so
That's
forth.
right.
Awesome.
So everyone's fine with that so far?
Yep.
Participate in workplace safety meetings, inspections, and consultative activities. So when you start working in childcare, there's usually a lot of paperwork that you'll have to fill out, as you know. And within that paperwork, there is a contract basically saying that you agree to participate in professional development as well as staff meetings. So usually in professional development, there isn't much WH&S talk. That's more kind of giving you information and encouragement to, I guess, improve your work practices. Whereas staff meetings kind of cover more like housekeeping stuff, like any issues anyone's had, updating policies, that kind of thing. So WH&S is usually spoken a lot about in the staff meetings, and that is a way that educators, I guess, know all the updated policies and can ask any questions they might need to ask to regarding WH&S. These usually regular occurrence. They usually incentives happen once a month, sometimes once every 2 months. But yeah, that is how you would keep up to date with WH&S practices. Attending all meetings and even doing your own research could be a good way just to make sure that you're, I guess, extra up to date.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, like the last one, contribute to the development and implementation of safe work practices, policies, and procedures in your workplace. Again, we don't develop the policies and procedures as educators, but we do implement and manage and like help to manage them. So within our rooms, we would follow the WHS, I guess, framework, and we monitor for improvement. So if we have any feedback, we would let the WHS officer know.
Mhm.
So that's it for that subheading. Does anyone have any questions so far?
No.
No? Everyone's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the last subheading is to reflect on safe work practices, your own safe work practices. How could that be done within a centre? So usually this is the responsibility of the educational leader because they, I guess, make sure that everyone's okay within their role, no one feels burnt out, everyone's all right.
Mhm.
Ways to maintain currency of safe work practices. How do you think that we could stay up to date with safe work practices? One example could be what I just said before. Providing staff members with regular training that's up to date with information.
Mhm.
Conducting audits and inspections throughout the centre is another way that to make sure educators are actually adhering to the WHS procedures, because if they know that eventually they're going to be checked, they're going to make sure that everything's up to date,
Yep.
as well as reviewing and updating safety procedures, which is usually done by the WHS supervisor. So if it hasn't been updated or checked for say 3 years, obviously there's going to be updates that need to be made. So just making sure that they're checked a lot.
Right.
And reflecting on own levels of stress and fatigue. So again, the educational leader usually takes care of this, as well as centre director really. It's their responsibility to make sure that their staff are happy and comfortable within their roles. A way they do this could be just simply asking how they're doing, and from that feedback that's gained, I guess helping. So if staff are fatigued by the workload, obviously then hiring more staff to spread the workload would be like a good way to help with that.
Mhm.
If staff say they feel like they don't get enough time off the floor or for breaks, a way to improve that would be to maybe think about increasing break times. If staff feedback might be the children are a bit crazy, like I feel like I'm always go, 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 maybe bring in meditation or calming exercises with the children might help with that. Before rest time, maybe everyone sits down and closes their eyes for 30 seconds. Or we sit down and read a book quietly, just to make that a bit easier. And information or information nights regarding how to maintain a work-life balance could be really helpful if they find they're taking a lot of work home with them instead of doing it at work. Maybe having an information night regarding how to help keep that balance.
Mm.
Does that make sense to everyone so far?
Yeah.
Does
Yeah,
everyone have
definitely.
any questions or just statements they'd like to make regarding the lesson so far?
No.
No?
Questions.
Okay. Well, in terms of content, that's all we're gonna do. But before we leave, I'm just gonna get you guys to fill out a quick worksheet that I've emailed to you. So if everyone could have a look at their emails just to make sure that you've got that, and then let me know when you've downloaded it. You got it?
Yep, I've got it now, Britt.
Yeah. Chanel, you've got it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I've
You've
got
got
it.
it too? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna give you maybe 2 minutes because there's only 5 questions and we're gonna go through the answers at the end. So if you haven't answered it, that's all good. Just take maybe 2 minutes to fill out that worksheet and let me know when you filled it out and we'll go through the answers together just to make sure everyone knows the content we just learned. So let me know when you're finished and we'll go through the answers together.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
If you need any help with any questions, just let me know too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Done.
Done?
Yeah, I just finished as well.
Done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was a lot quicker than I thought.
Yeah, only 5 quick questions. This unit isn't really that lengthy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is also learnt while on the job too.
Okay, right.
So the first question was, who would be the correct person to raise WH&S concerns within a childcare centre? Does anyone remember or can tell me what they wrote down?
Yeah, I had the WHS official or officer within the school or the centre.
Okay, cool. That's correct. Everyone else got the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second question is, what are 2 ways a member of staff can find information regarding WH&S in the centre? So if you had something like attending the staff meetings,
Yes.
or sourcing information online as well, that would be
Yep.
correct. Did you guys have something similar?
Yeah. I had the attending the staff meetings
Mm-hmm.
that you said before, and then also doing private research or individual research outside of work.
Okay, cool. So the third question is, in order to create safe work policies, what 3 steps would need to be followed? If you had the 3 steps as sorry, let me just find it. Develop the policies and procedures, implement them and monitor them, you'd be correct. Even if it's not in that order, that's still right. Did everyone have that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Similar.
Okay, and the last question, how could centre management lower fatigue rates and educator burnout? So those answers that I gave you before, they could hire more staff, increase break times, or include meditation in the centre with either staff and students,
Yeah.
as well as information nights or events regarding how to maintain a work-life balance. You would be correct. Did you guys have that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, that is the end of our second and final session. Our next session will be in about a week's time. That's going to be in person. And then the following week, is going to be another online session. So
Okay.
I won't give you your worksheet for the next lesson now. I'll give you that a little bit later. And I guess I'll see you guys in a week's time.
Okay.
Awesome.
Enjoy the
Thank
rest of
you
your
so
night. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
See you guys later. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.